Thank you to everyone for your sincere practices and efforts in learning these sacred syllables. This is truly a beautiful seva as it spreads positive vibration to this world and beyond and ensures that there is peace and harmony amongst all of creation. Today, we shall dive into this ocean of knowledge and explore a very important concept. This concept is known as a Vedic meter or Chanda. Let us begin. In English poetry, verses usually involve a rhyming scheme of some kind. In a 4-line verse, for example, line 2 may rhyme with line 4, or it may be that lines 1 and 2 rhyme with each other, while lines 3 and 4 do the same, as in Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. The number of syllables per line of the verse also has to follow a plan. In Mary Had a Little Lamb, for instance, the number of syllables in the first, second, third and fourth lines is a very regular 7-6-7-6 syllable formation. In Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, it is 7-7-7-7. This rhythmic structure is called the meter of the verse. If you think about any Sanskrit shloka that you know or have heard, you will notice that the lines very rarely rhyme with each other. However, there is always a lovely beat to all the shlokas. Because they maintain a very particular meter. This is known as Chanda. Hence, Vedas is also known as Chandas. Such is the emphasis on the meter that Vedas recognizes that without the meter, the skeletal structure, the vibrancy, potency, majestic beauty will not manifest. Let's take a look at 7 of the most important Chandas, which are also regarded as the 7 mouths of Brihaspati used in Vedas. What are their names and how do they work? Let us explore these. The first one is the Gayatri Chanda. The Gayatri Chanda is the most shortest and most sacred of all the Vedic meters. In Gayatri Chanda, the meter has 3 syllable collections, also called a foot in English or pada in Sanskrit, of 8 syllables each. This adds up to 24 syllables in total. Let's look at one particular chant dedicated to Lord Ganesha set in the Gayatri meter. Notice the first line. Let us count the syllables together. Eka dantaya vidmahe. We have 8 syllables. Next line. Vakra tundaya dhimahi. We have another 8 syllables. The last line. Tanno tanti prachodayat. We have another 8. So we take 8 times 3 gives us 24 syllables. Let us look at the second one. This is known as Ushni. This has 2 padas or 2 lines of 8 syllables and 1 pada or 1 line of 12. Hence, the Ushni has exactly 4 syllables more than the sacred Gayatri and totals 28 syllables. Next, the Anushtup Chanda, the favorite meter of the Vedic poets. The Anushtup is used extensively in verses such as the first Anuvak of the Sri Rudram Namakam. It's also used very much in the Rig Veda, the Mahabharata, the Ramayana and the Bhagavad Gita. The famous prayer to Lord Ganesha is composed in Anushtup Chanda. Let us calculate the number of padas, the number of syllables per pada and the total number of syllables of this meter. If we look at the first line, let us count it together. Vakra tunda mahakaya. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if we count the remaining lines as well, we will see 8 syllables in each. Hence we have 8 times 4, giving this Anushtup Chanda 32 syllables in total. Next we have Brihati. Just like the Anushtup, this one also has 4 padas, except in Brihati's case, the third pada has 12 syllables instead of 8, making the total of Brihati 36 syllables. Next we have the Pankti. This chanda has 5 padas, each with 8 syllables. 8 times 5 gives a total of 40 syllables in total. Let's pause here for a moment. Have you noticed a pattern, a progression in the 5 chandas we've looked at so far? If yes, then you will be able to predict the next chanda that will follow in terms of how many syllables it has. The next one is known as Trishtup. The Trishtup chanda also occurs in the beautiful chapter 11 of the Bhagavad Gita, when in response to Arjuna's prayer and request, Krishna reveals his cosmic form, Vishwarupa. And suddenly this meter changes to Trishtup, and there is a beautiful beat that catches the listeners unaware and gives them a thrilling goosebump moment to savor this profound darshan which Arjuna experienced. The final meter we will look at is the Jagati, the longest meter. The Jagati is used a lot in post-Vedic Sanskrit literature. It consists of 4 padas of 12 syllables per pada, totaling 48 syllables. Did you notice how the number of syllables went up by 4 in each chanda? From 24 syllables in the Gayatri until 48 in the Jagati. Do hope you have enjoyed this episode.